name on quiet days. You lived in thoughts I couldn't say. I watched the light change on the floor and still believed you'd knock once more. I read old texts like they were new and filled in blanks you never knew. You stayed a place I tried to keep, but missing you just lost my sleep. This is where I leave the parts you missed, the words unsaid, the final kiss. This is where I drop your name from songs I wrote to keep me sane. I don't hate you, but I won't stay. I loved you once, but not today. You gave enough to let me feel, but not enough to make it real. You didn't break, but didn't hold, and silence speaks what's never told. This is where I leave, not out of spite, because I need a softer night. You stayed behind, I walked ahead. This isn't love, just words we said. I won't rewind to feel the ache. I gave too much you didn't take. This is where I leave, with both feet still. No final scene, just quiet will. You were a chapter I believed, but this is now, and this is me. You walked in like you own the air. I smiled like I wasn't scared. Your hand brushed mine like a casual game, but something in me forgot my name. I knew the cost was more than peace, but you look like the kind of heat I need. I'll burn for this if it means tonight. I'd risk the fall just to feel it right. You can leave with ash and dust, but for one more kiss I'd still trust. Your voice was fire in a quiet room. Leaned in closer like I wanted to. You said don't think, and I obeyed it. Some storms are meant to stay. I won't ask for guarantees, just give me this before you leave. I'd burn for this if it means you stay, even if morning takes you away. You could ruin what's left of me, but I'd still say yes so easily. Some loves don't make it safe, but they make you feel in every place. I'd burn for this and never regret, even if all I get is dead. 'Cause I loved you like a dare I kissed, and some flames are worth the risk. She made me feel small, like something just out of place. I'd catch your eyes drift toward her and vanish without a trace. I tried to be softer, tried to shrink my flame, but every version you wanted never answered my name. She gets to be yours, and I'm still unlearning the way you looked at me like I was always burning. She gets your calm, your hands, your laugh. I get the silence when you never look back. She never had to ask, you gave her all you withheld. I spend my love like a currency in a place you never dwelled. I walked beside you, but always a step behind. Now she stands where I stood, but you call it right time. She gets to be yours in the way I tried to be, but I was too much story, not enough simplicity. She gets your mornings, your songs, your door. I get the lesson that trying means no more. You said love wasn't meant to feel like regret, but I carry the weight of the things you forget. She gets to be yours while I fade into air. I gave you the map, you just changed who went there. She gets the peace I begged you to see, but I know now not everything you fight for was ever meant to be. I used to whisper just to keep the peace. Laughed at your jokes that cut into me. I called it compromise, you called it love, but I gave you everything, you gave just enough. You said I was too much, then asked me to stay. I shrank to fit, but now I say I left the door open, then walked away. I didn't slam it, but I didn't stay. You fed on my silence, I'm done being sweet. You don't get to miss me when I found my feet. You liked me quieter, kept me on mute. Said healing takes time while you played the flute. I kept rewriting every little red flag, turned pain into poems and wore every tag. But I'm not your shadow, not your repair. I won't shrink for someone who was never there. I left the door open, then walked away. Not for you, but for me to stay sane. You wanted devotion, I wanted the truth, so I broke the version you loved me through. I looked in the mirror and saw more than pain. I saw the girl you tried to contain. I left the door open, but I'm not coming back. I packed my heart and painted the cracks. You lost the right to keep me small. I left for me, and I stand tall. We never kissed, but I still remember your name like it happened in winter. You laughed at my joke, but didn't reply. I said see you, but you never asked why. I made you a song, but never pressed send. You looked at me once like maybe back then. There wasn't a fight, no clear end in sight, just long pauses, then too many nights. It almost was, but never became a thing to hold or even to name. I thought of you like maybe you thought, but maybe you didn't. Maybe it's not. I walked by your street, you weren't there. I typed how are you, but left it bare. You borrowed my pen and never gave back, but that's the closest we ever had. Some things end before they start. Some people leave without a part. It almost was a her you're lonely, and I almost laughed, 'cause I was right here just 1 year back. It almost was, but never grew. I wanted more, and so did you. We almost met, but never do. We almost met, but never do. You'd love the drama if it wasn't mine. You said I'm not ready for the 8th time. We broke up on a Tuesday night, then kissed again before the lights. My friends all say I should've left, but what's a lesson if not a test? You'd love the drama if it wasn't me. The crying in cars, the late apology. I lost myself in every act, but played it well and took it back. He bought me flowers, then made me cry. Called it passion, I called it a lie. We danced like it meant something more, then argue about who closed the door. They say I'm reckless with how I love, but no one warns you when it's just enough. You love the drama from the outside in, but I live the plot beneath the skin. I forgave too fast, loved too loud, but never once let myself drown. They call it chaos, I call it mine. Not every storm needs to align. You'd love the drama like it's a show, but I was the one who had to grow. So write your lines and say your part. I'll keep the truth and start from heart. You don't know me, but I know you breathe. Like I watched the world and forgot me. You pass by and I still freeze. I memorize your shape with ease. I built a life around your face. You keep on walking, I stay in place. You don't ask, but I still wait. You live aloud while I translate. I would give what's left of me if just one night you turn to see. I don't expect, but still I hope I trace your voice face like it's a rope, and I'd still fall, even if alone. You smiled once, not at me, but I kept it like a key. I learned your laugh like second skin. You never saw the mess I'm in. I fade in rooms you light with these. You fly past, I beg to freeze. I would give the best I've known just to hear you claim your own. I don't belong, but still I stay. You don't know me, but I won't stray. Maybe one day you'll turn slow, but if not, you'll never know. I would give what I can't name if just once you'd feel the same. You don't know me, but I still care. And love like this just hangs in air. I gave you Sunday in every storm. You took the calm but left the form. I told you things I never wrote. You smiled once and called it note. I stayed when loud, you stayed when fine. You said I care but drew a line. You got the light but not the burn. I opened up, you didn't learn. I gave too much of me to someone still closed. I said it all, you just froze. I showed my worst, you stayed polite. I cried in full, you dimmed the light. You liked my calm, not what came through. You held the best, not what was true. You let me give, but gave control. You stayed around, but not whole. I gave too much of me in hands not wide. You touched the top, I showed the inside. I gave the pain, you left the song. You stayed soft when I stayed alone. You didn't break me, you just stood while I kept giving more than you could. I gave too much of me, and that's the ache. You watched me pour but didn't take. You held the smile, I held the cry, and that's the part you walk by. like a warning, but I didn't flinch. You smiled like you'd seen me in a life I haven't lived. I asked your name and then forgot to breathe. You said something dumb and it sounded like poetry. I'm scared of fast things, but I still took your hand. Don't know where this is going, but I don't need a plan. I don't know you yet, but I want to. Even if you ruin me the way some people do. This might end messy, but maybe that's fair, 'cause I'd rather crash than not get there. I'm writing down pieces of things you said, memorizing nothing but feeling it instead. You talk in circles and I keep following. Your voice is a maze, but I don't want out of it. I swore I'd be cautious, but I jumped the line. Something about you makes risk feel like mine. I don't know you yet, but I want to. Even if I lose the calm I spent years holding on to. This could be chaos, but maybe that's right, 'cause every love I played safe went quiet. Tell me something true, I'll believe it all. Don't give me slow, just make me fall. I don't know you yet, but I want to. If this breaks me, at least I broke for you. We could burn bright or fade too fast, but I'll take the heat if you'll make it last. You cried on my floor, said you felt like a ghost. He stopped calling and you hurt the most. I held your hand through the silent week, brought ice cream and lies to help you sleep. I swore I'd hate him on your behalf, but time did things you never asked. Now I'm kissing him like you never did, and it feels like sin with every hit. Was I ever a friend, or just close enough to steal the pieces when you gave up? He said you changed and looked at me like I was the answer he didn't need. I tried to pretend it was something new, but every touch echoes you. You haven't called, and I don't blame. I wouldn't either if I knew my name. 'Cause I'm holding him like I never should. and it burns like truth, the way it would. Was I ever a friend, or a line you missed, when trust turned quiet with one small twist? I still see your face when he looks away, and wonder if you'd forgive me someday. I'm not proud of where this ends, but he calls me love, and it's still offense. You lost him first, but I lost you more, and I'm not sure what friends are for. My skin feels heavy, like I'm wearing regret. You asked what's wrong, and I just said not yet. Your kindness stings like something I owe. I smile and nod, but wish you go. It's not that I don't care, I just don't know how to let someone in when I'm breaking down. I feel too much for you to see me. You're not too soft, but it still bleeds me. I want your love, but it burns right through. I wish I was someone who could handle you. You stay too long, and I hold my breath. You say I'm here, and I feel the depth. I don't want silence, but noise feels worse. And even your warmth can feel like a curse. I'm tired of hiding in rooms full of light. I just need space to lose this fight. I feel too much for you to see me. Your hands are soft, but they still freeze me. I need your arms, but not too tight. I need some dark to miss the light. I know it's selfish to push you out when all you do is love without doubt. But I need to be alone, not unloved. Please don't confuse this quiet for enough. I feel too much, but I still care. If I pull away, it's not that you're not there. Just let me fall where no one sees. Then maybe one day I'll come back to me. I said too much when I meant less. I broke the glass trying to impress. I wore my guilt like second skin, not asking you to let me win. I don't want an easy pass, just someone who sees the past. If you hurt me, not what I said, you know the storms inside my head. I never asked to be made right, just to be seen in softer light. I stayed too long in rooms too small, played your version of me for all. I smiled through what I should have named. Now I sit with all the blame. Don't rewrite me, just read me clear. I'm not proud, but I was here. If you hurt me behind the sound, you'd feel the fear I never drowned. I'm not asking for you to bend, just to believe it made some sense. I'm not your hero or villain cast, I'm just the echo of what couldn't last. If you heard me without the noise, you'd find a girl who lost her voice. I don't need to be let go, just want you to finally know. I told you things I never told. I gave you word I still hold. I said I'm scared, you changed the frame. I said I'm here, you missed my name. I stayed up late just to be clear. You stayed quiet then disappeared. You heard the sound but not the thought. I gave you pieces you forgot. Everything I said just filled the air. You looked at me like I wasn't there. I gave you pages, you closed the book. I told the truth, but you never looked. I asked, do you know what I mean? You smiled like I caused a scene. You said I care, but left me in line. I stayed in, you skipped the sign. I gave you hours, you gave me pause. I opened first, you shut the cause. Everything I said was mine to keep. You stayed safe, I fell deep. I told my world, you gave a nod. I begged and played, but you saw fog. told the truth, you called it wrong, but I meant it all along. I count the steps from you to me, and every inch feels soft and free. You say my name like no one could, and suddenly the world feels good. I've been loud, I've been lost, but next to you it all comes off. You feel like home, not walls or floors, but something warm behind the doors. You make the air feel safe to breathe, and I don't need a reason to believe. I used to brace for hearts to leave, but now your hand just helps me breathe. You don't ask much, but give me more, a quiet kind I can't ignore. You don't fix me, you just stay, and that alone takes pain away. You feel like home, not just a place, but every hour I want to face. You don't pretend, you see it through, and every time I choose you too. If loving you is all I do, I think that's worth this whole view. You feel like home, the steady kind, where peace and love don't hide behind. You're not a dream, you're what I found, and when you're here, I don't come down. You were kind when I wasn't. You stayed calm when I made it something. You held my hand even when I pulled, and now I wonder if that's my fault. I needed space but hated the quiet. You gave me room, I filled it with silence. Maybe it was me who broke the start. Maybe I was tired of trying too hard. You gave enough and I looked away. I let the right thing go wrong anyway. You were good, I just couldn't stay. You never asked for more than real, but I showed up not knowing how to feel. I wanted love, but pushed you off. Said I'm okay, then cried when you stopped. You held the truth and I took my time. Maybe it was me who changed the air. You were solid, I wasn't fair. You stayed close, but I looked through. I blamed you, but it wasn't true. I think I loved you, but not out loud. I think I wanted what I didn't allow. Maybe it was me who set this down. You stayed the same, I turned around. You gave the best, I gave you doubt. And now I miss what I shut out. You haven't called, but I still check. Like silence might change its mind. I replay the way you look and look when love was something you still wore. You smiled like you didn't mean to, and maybe you didn't. I hold what you left like a secret, buttons loud and here. This is the loudest quiet I've ever known. Your absence echoes like you never meant to be still. I keep expecting your voice to break through the air. I talk to your side of the bed and listen like memory has volume. I don't need an apology, I just need to stop hoping. This is the loudest quiet I've ever held. Your name sits behind everything I say. And I still wait like something might break the silence, but it ever dark. Does this is the loudest quiet I've ever had. Your name sits behind everything I say. And I still wait like something might break the silence, but it ever dark. We didn't last, but that doesn't mean we weren't beautiful. You came in like autumn light, soft and sudden, all at once. I didn't know what to call it, so I just called it we could. I loved you right, even if you didn't stay. I held the space you filled without asking, and I don't regret it, not one second. You gave me quiet kinds of joy, like standing still without wondering when ends. I memorized your laugh just in case I lost it. You didn't break me, you just stopped looking back. I loved you right, even if you let go. You'll leave, but you won't take what I gave, because loving you was something I did well, and that's enough. I loved you right, even if you let go. You'll leave, but you'll lick, take what I gave, because loving you was something I did well. Enough, enough. I thought of you at 3 a.m. again. You left your coat at my place, and I still never moved it. You used to hum when you brushed your teeth, like every morning was a song I missed. I don't hate you, I just wish you had said goodbye like you meant it. We were nothing, we were late night talks and takeout boxes and laughing too loud in parking lots. Maybe we broke, but baby, we were still something. I saw your name in a playlist and smiled before skipping. I never told you, but I like how you looked in blue. We were nothing, we were tangled sheets and half-said things in hands that knew what silence meant. We weren't perfect, but darling, we were still something. I don't know how to say it, so I haven't, but I Schmidt before someone else does. You talk about someone who made you feel seen, and I love because I want that to be me. You sit too close and I forget every reason why I shouldn't tell you now. You said don't keep secrets, but this one's kinda soft and shaped like your name. I like you, like breakfast for dinner, like dancing in socks, like laughing too much. I like you, and maybe you already knew, but I had to say it just in case you didn't. You call me when you're bored, but I answer like I'm not. Falling a little more each time. I write your name in my notes app and delete it every time, like that fixes anything. If you don't feel the same, I'll still walk you home, but if you do, I'll probably smile for days. I like you, like losing track of time, like hearing your name and looking up fast. I like you, and this might change everything, but I hope it doesn't change you. I say your name less now, but it still lingers in the back of my mouth. Like smoke, I tried to hold words that hurt when they stay too long. Your sweater's gone, your books are boxed, but memory is cruel like that. It doesn't need a single thing to haunt a heart that still can't sing. They say move on, it gets better, but better doesn't feel like this. You're still in my mouth, like a song I never finished. Still under my skin, like a cut I never stitched in. Every time someone says you look okay, but they don't hear you whisper in the quiet part of day. You're still in my mouth and I still taste your name. I tried new lips, new city lights, but your shadow caught every flight. You're in the way my fingers shake when someone says, "Are you okay?" You left, but forgot to take all the places you used to stay in me. You're still in my mouth, like truth I can't untangle. You're still in my chest, like breath I have to angle. I fake it fine, but in the space between the words I say, you still burn in the soft parts of the day. You're still in my mouth and I still taste your name. I didn't plan this, didn't try, but your laugh slipped under mine. I used to count the reasons why love could break me, but you just listened, never tried to save me. Now here we are, hands too close, and I don't flinch like I used to most. Every wall I built too high, you never climbed, you waited outside, and I fell into it without the fear, without a voice, screaming disappear. You held the silence till I spoke, you kept the weight when I broke. This isn't loud, but it's true, and somehow I'm loving you. I fell into it. We don't talk about forever, but every night you make it better. You don't ask for more than I can give, you just show me how to live. I stop holding on to pain, and your name fit in the space I couldn't name, and I fell into it like light in the morning, quiet right. You never rushed, you just stayed till I felt safe again. This isn't loud, but it's real, and somehow you made me feel I fell into it. I used to wonder if you still check my page, if your friends ever mention my name by mistake. I'd rehearse 100 questions, none of them brave, just soft little echoes of what I couldn't say. But I don't ask anymore. I don't stay up late tracing old patterns just to feel safe. I stopped holding space you didn't ask me to keep, and that silence finally lets me sleep. I pass by a corner, but I don't slow down. Your ghost doesn't reach me the way it used to now. Maybe I'm colder, or maybe I'm clear. Either way, you're no longer here. I don't ask anymore, not even in my head. I stopped trying to rewrite what you said. I let go without needing more, and that's the peace I was always looking for. Called me late that Thursday, said your plans had all fallen through. I should have said I'm busy, but I never say that to you. You asked if I could meet you. I was out the door too fast. I put on that old gray sweater you once said made you laugh, and I know it wasn't special, just another night for you. But I memorized your order and the song that played at 2. I would have said no if I had known you'd forget it like it meant nothing to. You said you missed our dinners, but you never stayed past 10. You never asked me questions, only talked and left again. And I held on to the moments you tossed out like loose change, just hoping maybe one day you'd turn around and say my name. And I know it wasn't special, just another stop for you. But I saved the folded napkin where you wrote your favorite tune. I would have said no if I had known how empty you could feel so full. Now I practice saying no, like I should have said to you. I moved your books last weekend to make space I won't use. I folded the blanket, but your shape still comes through. I don't play our play You're still quiet here in the mirror, in the hall, in the click of the heater that no longer warms at all. You're not haunting, but you're not gone, and I'm still talking to your echo at dawn. Leave one lamp on, like it's for you, but I tell myself it's just habit, not truth. I think I'm healing, then you show up in the way I pause before saying I'm fine. You're still quiet here, not loud, not cruel, just present in everything I undo. You left with grace, but forgot your trace, and I live in a house you still have home. You did her lie, but you never told the truth either. You said, I'm just tired, but you didn't look tired when you laughed with her. You left your sweater on my chair, like you planned to come back, but never didn't. We could feel right in your distance before you ever said a word. You knew I'd break, but you let me lean anyway. You knew it was ending, but you stayed just long enough to say you tried. You didn't cheat, but you knew what it would do to me. You played our song in front of her like it meant nothing, and maybe it didn't to you. I asked if you felt anything. You said, I don't know, and smiled. You knew I'd fall. You watched quietly. You knew I loved you in a way she wouldn't have to earn, but didn't lie. But you let it happen, and now you get to say you didn't. I stopped checking my phone the way you used to make it ring. I folded all your shirts and gave them back without a thing. The mirror still says your name on days I'm not okay, but I'm brushing out the silence like it's just another day. You took the songs, you took the room, but you won't take what's left of me too. I gave you the best, you gave me a ghost. You left with a smile I needed the most. You broke me down so carefully, but I still kept the softer piece. Now I wake up with half of me, but it's a half that wants to heal. I stop walking past our place, I take a different street now. And when they say your name, I don't have to look around. I'm not ready to forget, but I'm done replaying pain. 'Cause loving you was heavy, and I need light again. I kept your secrets like they were mine, but none of you was ever really mine. I gave you the best, you gave me a ghost. You left with a smile I needed the most. You broke me down so carefully, but I still kept the softer piece. Now I wake up with half of me, and maybe that half's enough to breathe. And maybe half is where I start to feel. Maybe half is how I heal. You're kind, and that terrifies me. 'Cause I've learned even kindness can leave. You wait when I pause, you listen too well, and that scares me more than I'll tell. I'm scared to love again, to open the part I locked and buried with my broken heart. You didn't cause it, but you're here now, and I don't know how to let love out. You reach for my hand like it's no big deal, but my skin still flinches from what it used to feel. If you're patient, I might stay, but don't ask me to be brave today. I'm scared to love again, but I haven't run. So maybe that's proof that healing's begun. Just don't rush me or call this fate. Some fears need time to fade. was good to see me smile again, but that wasn't a smile. I asked about your day, you gave me all the small things, but none of them were us. I nodded like I understood, like silence wasn't heavy in my hands. You didn't ask how I've really been, and maybe you didn't want to know. You assumed I was okay just because I didn't say I wasn't. You took quiet as healing, but some of us break without sound. You left early before the sky got dark. You always did hate messy endings, and I stood there like I always do, watching you be proud of leaving clean. If you ever wondered what you left, it's still on the floor. You assumed I was okay just because I didn't say please stay, but the truth is I never stopped hoping you'd ask. You left early before the sky got dark. You always did. You assumed I was okay just because I didn't say please stay, but the truth is I never stopped hoping you'd ask. Ooh, you were in summers. You left before the leaves turned. I wore the sundress you liked until October, just in case you came back. I let the windows stay open, even when it rained. You said this feels immense, but you meant until it's easy to live. I stayed longer than the season. I stayed than the seams. I stayed through the change. I stayed through the quiet. I stayed when staying meant nothing to you. You said you loved the way I laughed at small things, but you forgot how to ask what made me cry. You didn't have to say goodbye. Sometimes gonna stay. You said you look different. I said I don't feel the same. You came back like it was still warm, like time was waiting for you. But I stopped counting long ago. You knocked on a door I locked from the inside. You came back to no one I used to be there. I swear I held every word you didn't say until they burned. But now it's quiet